teacher said the universe began, but I don't trust no science man! They say a bang made the stars in the sky, but that don't make sense, they're feeding you lies.
Flat as a pancake, Earth don't spin, and the big boom is where it all began.
I'm so smart, don't need no books, got my YouTube channel and suspicious looks.
I'm a genius.
NASA's fake, you see, the big boom started history. The big boom, 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 boom.
That's how God lit up the room.
The big boom, 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 boom.
Science class is full of doom.
The big boom, 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 boom. Earth is flat, you know it's true. The big boom, boom, boom.
Smartest guy on Facebook. That's me, not you.
Cavemen never talked about space.
Dinosaurs?
That's a fake-ass place.
Darwin's wrong, Einstein's a clown. The big boom made it all go down.
I'm so wise, don't question me. The Bible and memes are my PhD. I'm a prophet, don't you see? The big boom explains reality.
Globes are lies, I'm not insane. Satellites are CGI, all fake planes. They tell you bang, but I say boom. Now watch me dance across the room.
The big boom, boom, boom. That's how God lit up the room. The big boom, boom, boom. Science class is full of doom. The big boom, boom, boom. Earth is flat, you know it's true. The big boom, boom, boom.
Smartest guy on Facebook, that's me, not you.
Flat forever, baby. Boom! Boom!
Not bang!
Another truth goes viral. Another genius can't find the curve. They read one meme, they've cracked the code. Now they're the ones we don't deserve. They've got vibes, not verification. Echoes bouncing off their walls. But we came strapped with citations, and we're here to torch it all. No, Tesla didn't prove the earth was flat. No, gravity ain't just a theory, literally bro. Yes, your vibes are valid, but your math is trash. And your pop-up flirts are drunk on lies. You want heat, you want facts, you want someone to bite back. Then take your charts, your dome, your fear, and get ready to crack. We don't run from facts, we bring the smoke. We break the myths, then raise a toast. Welcome to the Drunk Debunk Show!
Welcome back to the Drunk Debunk Show. I hope everybody had a great Thursday. I had a pretty decent day. Today was a Thursday. I hack y'all, guys. I hack y'all. Is this the big boom? Oh, it is the big boom. We're going over the big boom today, guys. Not the big bum. You perverts. Just kidding. And I figured I'd wear my my serious shirt for this stream. So today we're gonna hear the chairman, Mrs. Luna, and other congressmen, Congress people, talk about UAPs in space. I love Wait, am I missing Miss Toon, MC Toon, since I am streaming? I don't know. Is he on? I thought he goes on at 11 on Thursdays. If he starts going on early, I take that as a direct insult to me. Taking over the only days I can stream. Yeah, no, he's not on till later. He's not on till later. I don't have to get mad at him. But anywho, yeah, he's on 11. Yeah, he's on 11. More on Ledwell. Yep. So he's covering Roger some more. Welcome in, chat. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to learn about UAPs today. I'm very excited about this. Very excited because I want to know. I haven't watched any of this. The way I found out about it was, when you open up Edge, you get all these ads and stuff like this news stuff. Well, I saw this video. Hold on. This video of this object, and then a missile hits it, I guess. Well, we're gonna find out more about this because I don't know much about this, but apparently, like, we shot a missile or something at this, and it didn't like die or explode. See, and I was intrigued. I was like, "Whoa, man, where did this come from?" Right? What I want to know more about this. I want to know more. So I did as much digging as I could, and then I called in for some help. Because I was working and I wanted to get a jump on this. So I got some help. CK provided me with the link to the video to the whole congressional hearing, and here we go. We're gonna watch it. Missiles don't bounce, they explode. Right, which is why I was like, why didn't it just like explode? I don't understand. Like it looks like someone just threw like a golf ball at a balloon or something. So obviously that's not what happened. I'm just saying. Yeah, let's go. We're gonna say hi to people first. We're gonna take our shot before we start getting into this. So guys, if you want me to say hi to you, you gotta say hi to me. GTSY07s, please. Good day, fams also works. Or Foundry Fam Forever, or whatever you want to say. I don't give a shit. You could just like not say anything. I'll still say hi to you. You have to say something for me to see your name. Alrighty, we got Foxworth Carmen, we got Roger That, Calder V, Unfornicated, Icy Spin, Eva Producer, Steve 6464, Wesley, Brenda, Plastic Citizen, Aldi, Monkey Cat, Pat, Charles Arnold, Nick N, Binge Thinker, Geek G, Joe Black, Dirt, what's up, Dirt? Wicked Pizza. Sorry. Jim Daniels is here. Hip yeah. Let's see. Silent Dave. We got. Is it? Sorry, I went too fast. But if you still want to say hi, I'll say hi to you. I'll still say hi to you. So I need to. Let me fix something. 1 second. Don't.
Rob Dignags.
That's better. And then I need to save this. My toxic trait is that I don't save the settings on these, so I have to reset them. All right.
When untethered, I'm a master at verbal combat. I will
Verbal?
slay you. You will cry.
Verbal
I
combat.
guarantee
Who
it.
says that? Who fucking says that? I will slay you with my verbal combat and make you cry. What's up, ASK? Sorry, ASK. We got Will. Will. What's going on, Will? It's been a hot minute. Glad you're okay. Glad you're here. You interrupted me learning about the Nile-defying known gravitational principles. I don't feel bad about that. Not one bit. Not one bit. We're trying to keep you indoctrinated. If you start doing your own research, that's bad for us, Icy Spin. Scum's a master of verbal diarrhea. That's correct. I verbally combated Psalm today. Guys, I need you guys to start recording this and send it to me so I can go over it. Like, that's gold content. Verbal combat is gold. It really is. What is this? NASA also announced potential evidence of microbial life. I read about this. It's on Mars. Because there's like spotted shit on like rocks and shit. And it could be yeah, see all that? That could be evidence of microbial life. Alien microbials, guys. Alien microbials. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Mars sample return launch art. Oh. Looks like fake CGI to me. All right, guys, let's start this video. I don't have a whole lot of time. We're going to do it at 1.5. 1.5. Because I'm on borrowed time here. So let's go. Oh, hold on. Do. All right, Mrs. Luna. What do you got for us? Wrong button. Jesus Christ.
Case outright dismissal. Today, I want to state clearly that this is not science fiction or creating speculation. This is about national security, government accountability, and the American people's right to the truth. I've spoken now to a number of whistleblowers from the military.
We're going to take a shot real quick. To you guys, to aliens, to microbial life on Mars. Cheers. Work has just been busy lately. Landon got to march with the USC Gamecocks. At a college game on Saturday. That's fantastic, Will. That is awesome. Tell Landon that he's going places, man. He's going places.
Military to include the infamous Eglin Air Force Base incident that occurred when myself and former Representative Matt Gaetz, as well as Representative Burchett, followed up on a lead from multiple.
I don't like this. I don't like this. She already talks fast. We're just gonna do normal speed. Fuck it.
Pilot whistleblowers that alleged that the United States Air Force was covering up UAP activity at
Can you guys
Eglin
hear
Air Force
that?
Base. We have heard from a number of whistleblowers, specifically military pilots, that the reason for not coming forward publicly is out of fear that speaking out would cost them their flight status and potentially their careers. This is unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
We cannot protect our airspaces if our best trained observers are silenced. We cannot advance
if our best trained observers are delusional.
science if we refuse to ask questions. And we cannot maintain
the voice
trust in
of a
government
congressional
if we keep the
Satanist
American
angel.
people in the dark. Now, Congress has tried to fix this problem. Congress tried to create formal channels through the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, also known as AARO, and the Intelligence Community Inspector General for service members and officials to make disclosures.
Oh my God, Wesley, you have to send me a link
But
on
the
that.
reality, the reports come in are often to brush aside, slow-walked, or met with skepticism rather than serious investigation. Recently, the former AARO director, known as Sean Kilpatrick, attacked our witnesses and members on this committee. It should be noted that he's a documented liar and brings into question what his purpose at AARO really was if it was not to follow up on investigations and disclose his findings to members of Congress. A former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence, Chris Mellon, described a report published by AARO that found no evidence that any USG investigation, academic-sponsored research, or official review panel has confirmed any sighting of UAP-represented extraterrestrial technology.
Duh.
As the most error-ridden and unsatisfactory government report I can recall reading during after decades of government service. Mellon further noted that this was a first error report submitted
Thank
to
you,
Congress
CK.
without the Director of National Intelligence's sign-off and seemingly excluded input from any scholars or experts who have studied or written extensively about this topic, as would normally be in any other case in this field. Mellon determined that this report failed to fulfill the congressional mandate under which it was required, omitted entire agencies with known investigations or activities related to UAPs, and omitted any discussion of efforts to hide classified or unclassified information about UAP. Such efforts were unaddressed by the report, despite the existence of agency records and investigations concurring with them, including those at U.S.
She's talking too fast. I'm trying to keep up with what she's saying, and it's like she's. This is why I can't be a congressman, because I have no idea what any, like, she's talking way fast. Maybe if I knew and like could picture the people that she's talking about and knew the departments that she's talking about and stuff like that, this would be a little bit easier on my brain hole. We also have Jack Fetter with our first super chat. I totally forgot to address. For $5 says, you need a thumbnail without a drink in your hand, you lush. That's water. I'm drinking water in that picture. How do you know what's in that cup? How do you know what's in that cup? We got Evil Producer for $5 saying they found evidence of past in-person alcohol distribution on Mars. They found a Mars bar.
Customs and Border Protection. If we set up offices
Probably,
and oversight
Dan.
bodies only to
Yeah,
let
what's
them
up?
become
What's up, Cody?
graveyards for testimony, or worse yet, ruses for pretending
At
to
least it's not
investigate when
flirt
in
content.
actuality there was no follow-up, then
UAP is unidentified aerial phenomenon, also known as UFO.
we're not doing our jobs. In recent months, Congress has also been presented with evidence that points to technologies that, to our knowledge, are beyond our current capabilities. It is our duty as elected representatives to follow the facts.
Wait,
wherever
what
they
did she
exist.
say?
Congress has also been presented with evidence that points to technologies that, to our knowledge, are beyond our current capabilities.
Oh, yeah?
It is our duty
how
as elected
exciting.
representatives to follow the facts wherever they lead and to ensure that those facts are not buried under classification stamps or bureaucratic excuses. Let me be clear, whether UAPs represent adversarial technology, natural phenomena, or something beyond current human understanding, Congress has a responsibility to investigate. If these objects are foreign in origin, then they pose a direct threat to our national security. And if they represent something unknown, they demand rigorous scientific inquiry, not ridicule, not secrecy, and not silence. The stakes are very high. Adversarial nations are not waiting for us to catch up. They are studying these phenomena as well aggressively, as multiple nations have also announced their own parliamentary investigations into this very topic. If we are to continue to hide information from ourselves, we risk strategic surprise. If we continue to ignore our pilots and service members, as well as countless government whistleblowers, we risk losing their trust. And if we continue to shield the truth from the public, we risk eroding the very foundation of democratic accountability. This is why this hearing matters. This is not about fueling speculation. This is about demanding the basic transparency from the Department of Defense and the intelligence community and other military contractors. It is about asking the questions every American has the right to ask.
It is the same person. Task Force on Government Secrets to interview witnesses of JFK assassination. A congressional task force that focused on declassifying information maintained by the federal government hopes to interview first-hand witnesses of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. U.S. Representative Anna Paul Luna said this week.
What do we know? What don't we know?
Icy Spend for $2 says the big boom boom. That's how God lit up the room. That's correct. We heard it. We heard it. I think I fixed Chills. I don't know. Chills is broken.
No. And why in a free society are we being told so little? A major barrier to this committee's inquiry
Mrs. Luna is
UAPs
insane.
has been the
And
lack
and
of
isn't she also the one that like is like Luna, and then what is it called? The Atlas. What's the number? Like the C1 Atlas? Isn't she all like with Loeb or whatever his name is, Loeb? Like trying to be like, oh, we need to make sure they're not aliens, even though it's literally just a fucking rock.
of cooperation and transparency from the Department of Defense and the
Earth
intelligence
is going to get
community.
canceled.
In preparation for previous UAP hearings,
What's up, I love cake?
the committee repeatedly asked the Department of Defense to allow members to view videos and files related to UAP incidences. Unfortunately, the Department of Defense notified the committee staff that due to the department's special access program rules,
I think so,
only
Chichi.
members of the House Armed Service Committee as well as the Defense Subcommittee on House
I
Appropriations,
hear she used
also
to
known as
hyphenate her
HACD,
last name. It
were
used to
allowed
be
read
lunatic.
in onto such programs. For a non-committee member to be allowed to view these documents and videos, individual members must be approved by the chairman
Oh, I
and
broke
ranking
it
member
again.
of both HASC and HACD. Independent SAP oversight has presented a consistent problem
I
for
broke Jill's.
Congress as well as
Jill's is
program
broken.
budgets are classified.
Jim Daniels for $2 says, I hear words, but my mind is just saying MILF. Thank you for the $2. Jim Daniels. Okay. I broke chills. I don't know how I broke chills, but I broke chills. Oh, Vlad jump scare. I don't know how I broke chills, but I broke them. I'm so sorry. I'll fix them.
Additionally, oversight reporting
can
to
fix
Congress
him.
is classified and
Yes,
only
I agree
provided
with
to
Jim
the
Daniels,
Authorizing
100%
and
smash.
Appropriations Committees of
Well, I
jurisdiction.
mean,
The American people are not fragile. They do
Duh.
not need to be shielded like children from reality. What they cannot tolerate and what they will not forgive is a government that withholds the truth and punishes those who dare to speak up. I want to close with this. Future generations will look back at this moment and ask what we did when presented with the unknown. Did we look away, embarrassed or afraid, or did we pursue the truth with courage? I intend to be on the side of truth, transparency, and accountability, and I hope my colleagues on this task force will be able to do the same. To quote a few elected officials, Senator Schumer has stated multiple credible sources
Yeah,
allege
exactly,
a
Joe Black.
constitutional crisis over.
sorry, Kitty.
Senator Rounds has stated that these are brilliant individuals and they are not making this stuff up. And our current Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has stated very high clearances and high positions within our government in regards to these whistleblowers. Senator McConnell also described these whistleblowers
Wait,
as
so basically she's the Vlad, but in power. Who elected this lady as a chairman? I don't.
credible. And the
Something
witnesses
something's
today
not
are
adding up
alone.
here.
In fact, they're far from it. In fact, 34 senior military, government, and intelligence officials have broken their silence. This includes now Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Senator Rounds, Senator Gillibrand, General Jim Clapper, the former director of
Nice
the government's UAP task force, the former head of
Well,
aviation
good luck to you.
security for the White House National Security Council, the former Secretary of Defense, and many more. Again, to quote Secretary of State Rubio in an upcoming documentary known as The Age of Disclosure, even presidents have been operating on a need-to-know basis that begins to spin out of control. And to
Spoiler
quote Senator
alert.
Gillibrand, who also went public in this documentary,
Bruce Wayne, what did you miss? You missed a crazy lady who's Vlad adjacent, talking about UAPs and how we have whistleblowers that are going to be testifying here about aliens and shit.
it's not acceptable to have secret parts
Yeah,
of this
exactly.
government that no one ever
Wicked
sees.
pissa.
It's time for the fundamental truths of UAP to be revealed to our nation's leaders and the public. It's time for the U.S. government to exercise transparency. And with that, I yield to Ranking Member
I mean,
Crockett.
dude. Okay, Cody, on that. Okay, I gotta stop you on that, dude. I could barely handle one. Okay, you want me to do two at the same time? Good luck.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Fuck's sake.
At a time of increasing
need to stop
distrust
calling them
in
aliens.
government, it is
It's-
important for Congress to take action to restore the government's credibility. Bringing transparency to an issue of great public interest is a step toward doing just that. So I thank Chairwoman Luna
Oh my God, they should
for
get
calling
Mikey
this
involved.
bipartisan hearing to
Bear
discuss
Pig versus
unidentified
Alien.
anomalous
Let's go.
phenomena, or UAP, which is today's term for what was commonly known as UFOs, unidentified flying objects. And while some people think of flying saucers when they hear these terms, it is vital that we focus on the real-world impact of UAPs on critical infrastructure, civilian safety, and national security.
Come on, this can't be real, right? This is a joke. This is a joke, right? Right, Vlad?
Rob Dignags.
Oh, okay. All right. What about you, Sav?
When untethered, I'm a master at verbal combat. I will slay you. You
Okay.
will cry.
All right. Relax. All right. What about you, CC?
I was in the car, standing still in a parking lot, and I felt dick.
Oh, okay. So you didn't say UAP. Okay. All right. I just wanted to check with the group. Where did you find the Rob Dignag song? Someone made it. I'll tell you who. Debunks made it. It's right on my community playlist. Here. To have a little bit of that. And you too, over on Twitchy Land. Have a little bit of that. There's the whole playlist, guys.
There's good reason to believe that most UAPs have origins far closer to home. Currently, NASA has not found any evidence that any UAPs have an extraterrestrial origin.
That's correct.
Our adversaries are working to develop new capabilities to gain military advantages, and those efforts are likely...
Brenda, I read that very dirtily, and I think that is because I just have a dirty mind. But Brenda says for $2, Sov wasn't a master against me the other night. Man, I need to like watch this shit. I'm so far behind. Like, you guys are all doing cool shit, and I'm all like, derp. I'm gonna do my work. Yeah, what's up, Toivo? Toivo is here.
Explanation.
Yeah, that's why he's here. He's here to join the congressional crew here.
Nevertheless, the federal government has a responsibility to the American people to investigate
It's on a roll.
and provide transparent disclosures about every incident. The federal government is equally obligated to protect those who report what they've seen, especially to commanding officers
Maybe
and
Mouse.
supervisors.
What's up, Mouse? How you doing?
And Congress should do everything in its power to protect whistleblowers and conduct oversight of agencies that are failing to provide that protection. Democracy depends on transparency.
Oh, yeah,
and transparency often relies
biggest
on the
fan.
courage of individuals willing to risk their careers.
Yeah, I know,
reputations,
CJ.
And in some cases, their personal
That's why I've been
safety
taking
to
them
tell
down.
the truth. So I look forward to hearing from the witnesses today. We should welcome their accounts and
What's up,
acknowledge
Mr.
the
Jingles?
bravery they have shown to come before us.
What's up, Surrender Monkey?
We must ensure that all whistleblowers feel that they can come to Congress to tell their stories without fear of retaliation or
Can we emphasize stories, please?
consequences. We need transparency, not just to make better policy, but also
Well, I think you know what it just dawned on me that my tax money went to pay for this whole fucking thing. And they're barking up our asses to pay our taxes, dude. Like, fuck these people. Because this is what they waste our money on. Is this bullshit?
that information flows.
You like her
between
jacket? Yeah, she's got
those
nice
who need it.
shoulder pads.
There are too many tragic examples in our history where information lapses and a lack of cross-agency coordination led to disaster. Just this year, failure to communicate between FAA and the Department of Defense led to tragedy over the Potomac. The Biden-Harris administration sought to eliminate some of these lapses when it established the
Yo, what's up, Molly?
All-Domain
I'm not
Anomaly
gonna have it,
Resolution
Cody.
Office
No.
at the Department of Defense.
Savage.
Arrow can convene sources
What's
from
up,
all
Molly? It's
branches
been a hot
of
minute.
military, the FAA, and NASA to combine forces to create a comprehensive picture of what is happening in our skies. Some UAP reports have perfectly normal explanations: satellites, consumer drones, weather balloons, even pranks. But we need to track down each and every single UAP. The United States has millions of eyes in the sky, both electronic and human. But only the combination of civilian, commercial, and military sources can begin to create a complete picture. So we need to ensure that people can come forward and report what they have seen to the relevant authorities. And they have to have the right to do so without fear of retaliation. This country has a history of dedicated public servants standing up for what is right, even in the face of potential consequences. From the Pentagon Papers to Watergate.
Go ahead, evil
to
producer.
torture programs.
You got what it takes.
Whistleblowers have not only informed the public, but also empowered Congress to fulfill its constitutional duty of oversight. Past Congresses have written laws to grant legal protection for whistleblowers, and it is up to us to work
We're talking about both, Paul. They're implying both.
responsibly with all sources to hold the executive branch accountable. We are here today to listen to the stories of those who have witnessed events of interest to the American people.
Yep, Saddaloons.
And to support the policies that cultivate an environment that welcomes and protects whistleblowers. I hope this hearing will be an example of the respect and protection whistleblowers deserve and the importance of conducting oversight of the federal government.
I can't do
I yield
that.
back.
That's too much work.
I am
would love
pleased to
to.
welcome the panel of witnesses for today's hearing. I'd first like to welcome Mr. Jeffrey Nusatelli. He's a United States Air Force veteran and a career federal employee with more than 20 years of experience in national security, law enforcement, and public administration. Next, we have Mr. Alexandra Wiggins. Mr. Wiggins is currently serving as a Senior Chief Operations Specialist in the United States Navy. Mr. Wiggins is testifying in his personal capacity today and not on behalf of the United States Navy. Next, I would like to recognize the gentlewoman from Nevada, Representative Titus.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman, ranking members.
Jump to the witnesses experts. All right, fine. I'm having a great time realizing how stupid all these fucking people are.
You on this panel today. I'm honored to be able to introduce a witness.
Oh, come on. I want to hear Ms. Titus.
George Knapp, who has been the definitive expert and reporter on this topic that you're exploring today, UAPs or UFOs. George is a longtime friend, I'll say that up front, but a very respected journalist and a recognized expert in this field nationally and internationally. Just a little something about George. He came to Las Vegas in 1979 and joined KLS television station as a general assignment reporter in 1981. Since 1995, he's been the chief investigator.
Or affirm that the
let's
testimony
go to
that
swear
you're about
them
to
in.
give is the truth, the whole truth, and the nothing but the
I'll
truth.
watch Miss Titus later.
Let the record show that the witnesses.
This guy right here, he looks like he's going to tell the truth. Look at how furrowed his brows are. Permanently. Are you sure Vlad is to scale?
Answered an affirmative.
Thank you for the $2, Jack. And Brenda for $2 says, Representative Titus, where's your sister Fellatio?
Thank you. You may take
I don't
this.
get that, but it's funny.
We appreciate you being here today, and I look forward to hearing your testimony. Let me remind the witnesses that we.
All right.
Good morning.
Hello.
Thank you, Chairwoman Luna, Ranking Member Crockett, and members of the task force.
This is as loud as it
giving
gets,
us
by the way.
Opportunity to testify today. My name is Jeffrey Nusatelli. I'm a former military police officer with 16 years of active duty service in the U.S. Air Force. I'm here today because the American people have both the right and the responsibility to know the truth about unidentified aerial phenomenon.
All right, here we go.
That truth remains hidden, classified and silenced by fear, retaliation, stigma, and confusion. Today, we are here to help break that silence. Between 2003 and 2005, 5 UAP incidents occurred at Vandenberg Air Force Base, home to the National Missile Defense Project, national security priority. At the time, we were conducting launches deemed by the National Reconnaissance Office as the most important in 25 years. These were historic launches. These facilities were vital, and they were repeatedly visited by UAP. Each incident was witnessed by multiple personnel, documented, investigated, and reported up the chain of command. We sent information up, but we got no guidance down on how to handle these events. I personally witnessed one of these events and investigated others as they occurred. 6 other service members have provided me with the information that I will share with you today. The incursions began on October 14th, 2003.
2003?
Contractors reported a massive glowing red square silently hovering over 2 missile defense
Oh,
sites.
that's the obelisk. I hate getting stuck behind obelisks in traffic, dude, when they just hover right in front of you. Makes you late for work and transforms you to another dimension.
After several minutes, it drifted further east onto the base and vanished over the hills. This event, now known as the Vandenberg Red Square, was referenced by Representative Luna at the first hearing.
I don't have room for one more.
Official Air Force records of this event are in
I need
possession
one more
by
member
Aero
to
and the
unlock
FBI.
one more emoji. I need one
Later
more
that
member.
night, while I was on duty, security guards at a critical launch site reported a bright, fast-moving object over the ocean. I responded to the incident.
Oh, Jack for $2 says this motherfucker
Chaos
better been
ensued over
probed.
the radio as
I
the
agree.
object approached rapidly. I heard my friends screaming, "It's coming right at us, it's coming right for us, and now it's right here." Moments later, I heard them say that it had shot off and was gone. When I arrived on scene, I talked to 5 shaken witnesses who described a massive triangular craft larger than a football field that hovered silently for about 45 seconds over their entry
Let's go,
control point
Rubik's.
before shooting away at impossible speed.
Thanks for the gifted
About a
membership.
week
That went to
later,
Specs. Yo, let's
another
go.
patrol reported
Let
a
me
light
refresh.
over the ocean, behaving erratically. Believing it might be an unannounced aircraft, they declared an emergency, and an armed response force
Hold on.
responded. Before the forces could arrive, the object descended and either landed or hovered on our flight line, and then took off again at impossible speed. The witnesses to this...
Okay, wait a second. So it just said I need a... Hold on. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so... Fuck. So I need 24 more members to open up 15. And then I need another however more to open up 16, which is how many I have at the moment. So like I had all these during, obviously it was all during my but let's no one ever uses the Mike Happy one. So we'll use the, but what if I edit, replace image? Is it gonna fuck me? All right, we'll try it. All right, send me. Oh, Joe Black, thank you for the gravity video. I appreciate that.
event were threatened and
Yo,
intimidated.
Nick N with the gifted
afterward.
membership. That went to
They were told to
Toivo.
keep
Thank you
quiet
so much, Nick
and think
N.
about what they were reporting. After that, things did get quiet until about
Mikey's moonworm
2005,
confirmed it's
when another patrol
what they use.
reported
Vlad has
a
tracked them
massive
from on
triangular
radar.
craft larger than a C-130 silently floating over the installation. He watched it for a few minutes. It traveled west and disappeared into the night. And then I had my own encounter, again in 2005. I was off duty, sitting in my backyard with 2 other police officers when we noticed what first appeared to be a satellite in orbit, but it wasn't acting like a satellite. The light was strange, it was pulsing, and then it started to maneuver. It dropped in elevation. At times it would vanish from view and reappear in a different location in the sky.
Oh, for fuck's
And
sake.
eventually, it reappeared 200 feet over my house. It was a 30-foot diameter.
They're after you,
sphere
dude. This is. I've heard this before. I've heard this before. Yo, Yadawa with the gifted membership. Why are we all of a sudden gifting memberships? Yadawa with the 1 gifted membership. Thank you so much. That went to Pable. And CK with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Those went to Dan Demand, Golden Skeptic, Centerline King, and Debunked, and Wolf Tam. Thank you so much, CK, Yadawat, and Nick and Rubik's for those gifted memberships. I appreciate it. My wife and I saw a Starlink dispersal formation on the way to work one morning. That's cool as hell. That wasn't an alien UFO. It was a mine goblin. Yeah, dude, like this is the kind of shit that I would hear at Geek Squad. You know, like people would come and be like, "Oh, there's drones flying outside my window and watching me, and the aliens are hacking my phone and listening to my thoughts."
light.
Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Friends and I watched it for a moment, and then it gently
Everything okay? Okay.
accelerated and traveled up and disappeared into
Have
the
a good one,
sky.
Will. Thanks for stopping in,
These
bud.
events profoundly changed my life and the lives of my friends. We
I don't
stand
know.
at a pivotal moment in
I
history.
don't know, Steve.
The question is no longer whether these events are real, but whether we have the courage to face them. True leadership requires vision, a willingness to confront the unknown with transparency and resolve. So I ask the Congress to help we, the people, enact this vision. There are 3 goals. Fund independent research and treat UAP study with the same seriousness as we would any other scientific field. 2, end secrecy and overclassification. Transparency is the foundation of truth. Without it, witnesses like us are dismissed. 3, protect the witnesses. Many stay silent out of fear for their careers, reputations, and the safety of their families.
Yeah, because you're all fucking crazy. Because you're all crazy. That's why.
Protect them, and you will embolden others to join this cause. These phenomena challenge our deepest assumptions about reality, consciousness, and our place in the universe. Exploring them can unlock transformative breakthroughs in technology, biology, and human understanding. Let this be the moment when America chooses courage over fear, transparency over secrecy, and
All right, this is
progress
boring as hell,
over
dude. Like
stagnation.
we get it. Like, just tell your stories. Puts the Geek and Geek Squad. Also the Nerd and Nerd Herd. Thanks, evil producer. I was proud to be a Geek Squad agent. I still even have my badge, because you earn your badge once you hit like a certain number of things, you get a badge. Or maybe it's just after a year of. You know, what's up, Kathy? My sister's in chat, guys. Say hello, Kathy. Kathy, we're watching our tax dollars hard at work here. It's great stuff. Do you know what a mind goblin is? I don't know what a mind goblin is.
Let's show the world that
No,
our nation
look it
leads
up.
not only through strength, but through fearless pursuit of the truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nusatelli. He's not on here.
I don't know, Aldi.
I now
When
recognize
you're
Chief
crazy,
Wiggins
when you're
for his-
crazy, you just say crazy things. That's all it is. These people are freaking crazy. Mind Goblin D's nut.
opening statement.
I asked ChatGPT what it was, and the first one says the meme punchline. Someone asked, "What's a mind goblin?" So they can say mind goblin D's nuts. Juvenile wordplay, same family as Ligma. Let's go, Chief Wiggins for me and Dan. He's next. Yeah, let's go, Chief Wiggins.
Please press your button. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairwoman
Let's
Luna,
go.
Ranking Member Crockett, and members of the task force and the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today.
What about you? They should be thanking me. They should be thanking me. I pay my taxes. They should be thanking the taxpayer for lending their money to such garbage.
My name is Alexandro Wiggins. I'm an active duty U.S. Navy Operations Specialist, Senior Chief Petty Officer. Father of 3.
Yeah, Chief Wiggins. I know Chief Wiggins sounds like a fucking Simpsons character.
Dedicated American testifying today in my personal capacity. The views I share are my own, and I do not represent the official positions of the Department of the Navy.
That is true,
or
Cody.
any subordinate organization.
I need new glasses.
On the evening of February 15th,
Okay.
2023, at approximately 19:15 PST, in the Whiskey 291 warning area off the coast of Southern California, I was serving on board USS Jackson. During that period, I moved between the Interior Communications Center, ICC-1, and the bridge wing, correlating the sensor picture with visual observations, part of my routine.
He's got the same eye
responsibilities
issue
for
I
surface
do.
and air picture management.
Super dry eyes.
What I observed and what our crew recorded was not consistent with conventional aircraft or drones as they appear on our system. A self-luminous tic-tac shaped object emerged from the ocean before linking up with
Tic-tac?
3 other similar
What does that
objects.
remind me of? Oh, right, my
Four
pee-pee.
then disappeared simultaneously with a high synchronized, near instantaneous acceleration.
Bruce Wayne, I'm not putting
I
these
observed
balls in
no
your
sonic
nut, in your
boom
mouth.
And no conventional propulsion signatures. No exhaust plume, no control surface articulation on the Sapphire image system. Shortly after the synchronized departure, radar tracks dropped. These observations were multi-sensor and recorded inside of ICC-1 with time location overlay visible in our source frames that have been
He's
made
wearing
public
someone
by
else's
journalists.
haircut? Is that what he...
From my experience operating in this region over many years, and consistent with our public characterized encounters, unidentified objects reoccur in United States operation areas off Southern California. That fact alone does not tell us what they are, but it does argue the systematic stigma-free reporting and for the preservation of sensor data so analysts can evaluate safe and intelligence implications with rigor. I want to underscore 3 points for the task force and the committee. Aviation and maritime safety. When crews and watchstanders observe objects that maneuver or accelerate in ways that does not match known profiles and do so near our ships and aircraft, that is first and foremost a safety issue. Standardized checklist and training should ensure we capture the best possible sensor data in real time.
Holy shit, this guy is
IR
boring as
settings,
hell.
Slant range estimates and bearing and range altitude snapshots.
Jack Feder says for $5, propulsion signatures, time signature overlapping. What the fuck? Get to the probing. Thank you for the $5 super
And
chat.
immediate chain of custody for any recordings. Reporting without stigma, protection without retribution.
You've used up all your tolerance on
Sailors
flair, so I'm
need
going to
to
slam
know
my balls
that
into the car
reporting
door.
UAP
Have a good
encounters
night.
will
All
not
right,
harm their
all right,
careers.
Wicked Puss. Have a good one, man.
Congress can help
How much do you think is being
by
spent on this
reinforcing
case?
witness
Way too much.
protection and by directing the relevant office to
Negative
maintain
or content.
confidential,
The intros are boring. Get to
destigmatized
30
channels
minutes.
for
All right,
service members
fine.
Who step forward with data.
Bring on my boy George Knapp.
Declassification and transparency
All right,
where
George.
possible. The task force
All right.
declassification mission
Mr. Knapp is coming
directly
up.
relevant here.
I just want to hear what Mr.
Where
Knapp has to say.
operational security
Oh, it's
At
Titus.
AliasTees in Las Vegas, I began my pursuit.
Oh, she wants. Oh my God. Get you a woman that looks at you like that. Get out of here, Vlad. Oh my! What's that woman doing? What's happening over there? This guy, he looks. This guy is like, what's that guy's name? Freaking Mel Gibson. He's like a cross between like Mel Gibson and like I don't know, some action hero or whatever. Mel Gibson, I guess, is an action whatever.
this weird mystery way back in 1987, and for 38 years, I've always approached this as a news story. It's not a matter of faith or belief. To me, it's a story, and it's an important one. I'm proud to be here alongside these.
You have to talk to me in language they understand. What org, warrant, burn, blue. Oh, is that Ethernet? That's A, isn't it? Or is that B? Fuck, I don't know.
Witnesses today, men who
Is Jeremy Corbell?
seen strange things.
Wait, for real?
and
Is that
step
really a
forward
person?
To tell the world about it. Whistleblowers and witnesses who step up are routinely insulted, belittled, or worse. They risk their reputations,
Oh my God.
their
Is it?
careers, their clearances, their livelihoods, and sometimes much more.
Oh my God, it really is.
Their freedom.
Oh, okay.
I know that one of the goals
Oh,
of the
no
task
way.
force here is to figure out ways to protect whistleblowers and witnesses, and it's a tall order because so many of the things that happen to witnesses like
Holy shit! It's Marlock.
these are extra legal. They're carried out by persons unknown, as Mr. Dave Grush, sitting up at the top of the room, knows all too well, including events in recent days that have happened to him. I want to share a couple of things that I've learned along the way on this long journey.
You mean
And
Matlock?
I submitted most of that in written form.
He and George
because
Knapp
I
have
estimated
podcasts
that
I
my
listen to. All
statement
right,
here
all
today
right.
would take about 4.5 hours, so I'm going to try to jump
He's definitely got a voice for radio, that's for sure.
and touch on the more important salient points. I submitted a detailed written statement for the record, and we'll go into a lot of that here. But the public has been told over and over since the late 40s, there's nothing to worry about here. These mysterious craft seen by millions of people in the skies, in the oceans, over the land are not real. They're not a threat. The witnesses are wrong. They're crackpots. Don't believe it. That changed for me. What got me hooked is the paper trail.
What got me hooked was I tried to debunk it. Jack Fetter for $2 says, did I die and go to hell? This is how I imagine it. You got a face for radio, says Cody. Cody, if I didn't know you for so long, you would have gotten banned for at least 10 seconds. Classic example of misuse of Viagra. We got Steve6464 with 4 months of membership saying Mel Gibson and Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Nice. I see it. Yes, Matlock. Yeah, Matlock.
That were squeezed
Oh, this guy's Matlock. All right.
After the FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, became the law of the land. And those documents paint a much different picture than what the public, the press, and Congress have been told.
Is that
over
Leslie
many
Nielsen?
years. The documents from military and intelligence personnel behind closed doors admit that, quote, these things are real. They're not fictitious. They can fly in formation. They're evasive, and they outperform any aircraft known to exist, including ours. The public, of course, as I said, has been told something much different. Back in 1989, I reported about a guy named Bob Lazar, who claimed that he worked at a facility dubbed S4 out in the Nevada desert, very near to Area 51.
No, I don't think.
He said he was part of a reverse engineering
I don't think he's
program.
related to Frylock.
He said there are alien craft that will be taken apart to figure out how they operated out there, and that was a pretty tall order. I had clearly taken a dive into the deep end of the pool there. But in the years since then, I've interviewed dozens of other people, and I've detailed what their testimony has been in the written statement. They include Senator Harry Reid, Senator Howard Cannon, also of Nevada, a guy named Al O'Donnell, who was the first general manager of EG&G in Nevada, which managed the Nevada test site, which blew up hundreds of nuclear weapons. There's a guy named Dr. James Lukatsky, who was a career
Bob
scientist
Lazar
with
is
the Defense
like,
Intelligence
I've heard that
Agency,
name with being
who
crazy.
was the guy who initiated a program called OSAP, Advanced Aerospace Weapons Systems Application Program, which is, as far as we know, the largest acknowledged UFO program.
He's got the Jerry Springer haircut. That's for sure. Really quick, we're gonna watch this while I get some water. Give me 1 second.
So we both know things have been a bit different at home ever since my living situation has changed. And let's just say CC is getting a bit backed up. You know, a little frustration, irritability, moodiness. I think we both know what I'm saying here. I think it's time we both accept that fact. I think you and I both know, Tree. You're getting fucked by CC today.
You're getting fucked by CC today. Oh my god, you guys. Go subscribe to Flurfology. Like, really, 67 subs. Come on, guys. This shit's so good.
Ever funded by the U.S. government, which put together an amazing pile of information that members of this committee and the world, most of which have never seen. The DIA still hasn't released 95% of what was prepared by that program at a cost of millions and millions of dollars. The one name I do want to bring up in this session, though, is Robert Bigelow. So looking into the idea of crash retrievals and reverse engineering, while OSAP, that program, was active,
Thank you,
the
CK.
DIA's contractor, Robert Bigelow of Las Vegas, made a bold attempt to acquire physical proof of UFO crashes. It's been widely reported and suspected that Lockheed Martin is one of the contractors, the defense contractors, that has held this stuff, stored it away in secrecy, and tried to figure out how it works. I have confirmed on the record that Robert Bigelow and a trusted colleague from OSAP met with and negotiated with senior executives at Lockheed Martin and hammered out a deal wherein Bigelow's company, Bass, would receive a quantity of unusual material that had been stashed away and protected at a facility in California. That material was not made here. I want to move on now to the Russia files, because that was going to be sort of the central impetus of what I was going to...
Like, I know they're witnesses and this is just like a hearing, but like, come on, like, this is like, I can come up with stories too, you know, like this is ridiculous, man. I was kind of hoping for like some, I don't know, like some proof, you know, like here's some of the material, right? I have it. You know, this is it. Take a look at it. It's alien, right? But like, oh, thank God it's closed. But like, that's not the case. Like, we're just hearing old men tell stories.
I'm going to talk to you about today.
It was
Back in
made
the
in
early
Canada.
90s, I got into Russia, met with a number of their
TZ
defense
needs more
officials,
fiber or
Ministry
laxative.
of Defense and others who confirmed
Didn't
for
do
me that
much to
Russia
it,
had been doing the same
but
thing
sent back
the
the-
United States
Oh.
had been doing, that
Oh,
is
thanks.
secretly studying UFOs while publicly saying something completely different. The documents and interviews that I obtained and have now shared with this task force show that the USSR launched what is almost certainly the largest UFO UAP investigation in the world. The first phase of that was an order was sent out to the entire USSR military empire that every unit, you see anything strange in the sky, a craft, an orb, something unusual, you had to gather all the evidence, collect testimony from the witnesses,
Okay.
look for physical evidence, and all of that information went into one program at the Ministry of Defense. Thousands and thousands of these reports came in. A lot of them were first routed to the KGB, but then back to another program that
Did you say KGB?
came after this collection effort called Thread 3. And Thread 3 was an analysis program. We have provided to the committee the documents of what they were trying to do, and essentially they were trying to build their own UFOs. They were using the information from their observations and studies to try to figure out that technology. The guy who was in charge of that program, Colonel Boris Sokolov, told me that their goal
say that
was to
5 times
basically develop technology that would be superior to anything we had, based on what they learned from UFOs.
Mr. Knapp, just in the name of time,
Sure.
to my understanding, did you have anything you wanted to submit for Congress to see in this committee?
I have submitted those documents.
Would you like to play any videos? Do you have a video that you would like to play?
I don't think it's for me to play.
No, that was for Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander's video.
Okay.
You can play it. He can narrate it.
Okay, we can, in the name of showing that video to everyone on the task force, we'd like to play that video at this time.
Sure.
They're like, this is boring as fuck. Can we like watch the cool shit, please?
Wouldn't surprise me, I tell you. You call it the VVSS team.
Yeah, like 22,000 feet.
That shit took off earlier.
If we can get rid of the audio real quick. Mr. Wiggins and Mr. Knapp, we'll get back to what that video was in a moment, but we just want to make sure that it was entered into the record, as well as all the documents. Those will be able to be publicly found for everyone in the country to view. If we could, Mr. Knapp, we'll continue on the line of questions.
Like, I don't. That could literally be anything. I can see the string. Wait.
But we
That shit took off earlier.
Wouldn't surprise me, I tell you.
I wish this had more legible information. Like, this was filmed off of a screen. This like Andy said earlier, I've seen better quality ghost videos than this shit. Like, there's numbers on the screen, but what are they? It's all fuzzy. It's all blurred out. Someone took a video of a video. Like, what is happening here?
Deploy the VVSS team.
Yeah, like 22,000 feet.
Like, what? Like, how fast is it going? Okay, so maybe we'll hear all
We'll
that.
get back to documents. Those will be able to be publicly found for everyone in the country to view.
Like the beta version
If
of
we
Pong.
could, Mr. Knapp, we'll continue on the line of questioning, but I'm going to move on to Mr. Borland's opening statement.
Good morning, members of the task force and the committee. I would like to express my gratitude for being invited to testify to the current task force created under the People's Chamber. I speak for myself and no former agency or 1N1 geospatial intelligence specialist for the United States Air Force and employed with BAE Systems radar and advanced electro and ground order of battle. I'm a federal whistleblower, having testified to both the ICIG and ARROW with direct firsthand knowledge of and experience with craft and technologies that are not ours and are reportedly operating without congressional oversight. Because of my direct knowledge of the reality of certain legacy UAP programs, my professional career was deliberately obstructed for over a decade. From 2011 to 2013, I was stationed at Langley Air Force Base, Virginia, conducting 24-hour operations via manned and unmanned aerial vehicles for Special Operations Forces.
I never saw a grown man that needs a junior tie.
During the summer of 2012, my team was on standby for weather, and I returned to my barracks on base, and at approximately 0130, I saw
What's up, Vern?
an approximately 100-foot equilateral triangle take off from near the NASA hangar on the base.
Why do two of these people on the panel so far have eyes that look like this? Is that like a requirement for being stupid publicly? Oh yeah, guys, refresh your chats, and you got Scared Vlad in there now. CK, thank you for the 6 months of membership. Holy moly!
The craft
6
interfered with my
months,
telephone,
halfway around the sun.
did not have any sound, and the material it was made of appeared fluid or dynamic.
Wait, they say prepare the VBSS team in the audio of the video. The VBSS is for boarding ships, not aircraft or UFOs. I call
bullshit.
So I'm thinking that was just a background conversation that was just picked up by the audio. I don't know.
I was under this triangular craft for a few minutes, and then it rapidly ascended to commercial jet level in seconds, displaying zero kinetic disturbance sound or wind displacement. Some years after that experience, I was further exposed to classified information from the UAP legacy.
Yo, Kathy, it was hammered level for 7 months. Enjoy your crown, queen.
During this time, intelligence officers approached me in fear for their own careers, citing misconduct within these programs and similar retaliation that I was already enduring at this time. These issues include medical
more credible than all
by
Veterans
Affairs staff, denial of work I performed while enlisted in the United States Air Force, forged and manipulated employment documents, workplace harassment.
Wait, what was his
colleagues
story
being
even?
directed
I don't
to
even know.
laying the retaliation March 2023 to become a whistleblower. I came forward out of concern for people's lives and to ensure I did everything I could to let our elected representatives know the truth about.
Oh my God! You know what this reminded me of? I guarantee you that Bad Lip Syncing is going to do a video on this. I can't wait to see it.
Happening in the executive branch. At the end of March 2023, I agreed to meet with ARROW following the suggestion of other federal officials believing it was what our nation required of me. I had reservations with ARROW due to assessments they were reporting
Bruce
publicly
Wayne.
at the time.
Rob Dignags.
Because of these concerns, I did not share sources and methods information in order to
You do
protect
what I
current
do,
and
Mike.
formal
Pay
federal
attention to everything except what they're
personnel who
saying.
had
It's
firsthand
probably a
exposure to
character
technologies
flaw.
of unknown origin. I did not want anyone to face further retaliation beyond what they had already endured. And
He's boring as
unfortunately, a staff
fuck.
member ended up getting in some trouble because of that.
Oh yeah?
After David Grush
Did he
testified
die?
under oath in the summer of 2023,
What's up,
and provided
Slow-Mo?
historic disclosure,
What
I
madness
was
is going on tonight? Slow-Mo wants to know what madness is going on tonight. We're watching a panel of delusional idiots waste our tax money. You gotta watch for 6 months of membership. I have been buzzed for 6 months already. Yes, you have. Constantly, you've been buzzed for 6 months. Thank you so much for the 6 months of membership. I joined in this late. What exactly is this hearing about? It's about all these people are whistleblowers about seeing aliens and shit.
And has to go to the ICIG and did
He
so in
is
August
living up to his name,
2023.
Slowell.
It was very clear early on during my intake interview, which was video recorded under oath, that the objective was to solely assess how much I know and not move forward with an investigation.
Blah, 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 blah.
The country they serve. Efforts
Blah,
to
blah,
keep
blah, blah, blah,
Texas
blah, blah.
threaded. In 2023, Patriots provided this committee and the executive branch with undeniable proof of the UAP reality, and I commend your continued commitment. The future of humanity is one which we either travel to the stars or
Oh my
address
God.
the stone.
Wait. I know what he reminds me of. What it... Oh, right. One second. I got this.
Technology. My career has been to deliver critical information to decision makers. Your role as elected by your representatives is to act on it. Time to act is now. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mr. Borland, thank you for your service to our country, and we appreciate you.
Which
And
person are you
we're
talking?
sorry about how you've been treated, and
I have no idea about Boston concerts.
that situation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Spielberger.
Well, I skipped a lot of it. I skipped a lot of what he was saying just because he is not a good storyteller, that's for sure. Like, I'm sure that he had some great things to say, but like, dude, he just dragged on. Why the fuck are they clapping? Every single clap that was had cost us $10,000 in our taxes. Yeah. Applause worthy.
Chairwoman Luna, Ranking Member Crockett, and Task Force members, thank you for the opportunity to testify
Spielberger
here today about the importance of strengthening whistleblower protections, especially in the context of national security. I'm the Senior Policy Counsel at the Project on Government Oversight, a nonpartisan independent watchdog organization that investigates and exposes waste, corruption, abuse of power, and when the government fails to serve the public or silences those who report wrongdoing. Whistleblowers are the first line of defense to root out waste, fraud, abuse of power, and corruption in our government. Congress relies on whistleblowers so that it can fully exercise its oversight.
Oh my God, they talk to him? Okay, I want to... Okay, here we go.
It's understandable that former presidents of both parties
All right,
have
we're
often
gonna...
taken a hostile approach toward whistleblowers.
I think it's question time. Let's go to the questions. Like, this is boring as
their
fuck.
political party or
I thought it was going to be interesting.
You
Like,
know,
that's what I was super...
The last committee, when we had a bunch of
Maskowitz.
former military personnel folks that either served on bases, were pilots, or were in different programs experiencing knowledge, it made me recognize that the narrative has changed, right? It's politically convenient for the government if you all weren't military folks in suits. It would be much better if you pulled up in Winnebagos and were wearing hats. And so the picture of this, because that's important for the American people,
Make
and
the
how you
pickle
tell
testify.
a story, what the message looks like, and who the messenger is.
I don't know.
So this is now the second
The
or
only way
third
Mr.
committee
Borland
where we
could
have
get more boring is
former
if he
military
sounded like
folks
Ben
with
Stein.
impeccable records, with
Spieler.
information and knowledge. And it's definitely clear on a bipartisan basis that we have to protect our whistleblowers, no doubt. And in a day in which it's really hard to tell what's true or not.
Yeah, right?
from
Yeah,
a
Aldi,
political
I know.
standpoint.
Aldi. My bad.
And so I don't really know what is true. I don't know on this subject. But I do know when we're being lied to.
Yeah.
We are definitely being lied to.
Oh my God, dude, that's straight out of Vlad's mouth. I don't know anything about anything at all, but I do know that we're being lied to about it. What kind of backwards logic is that? These are the people running our country.
There's just no doubt about that. Mr. Wiggins, I want to talk to you. I find your background and testimony compelling. When you first saw what you were looking at, what were your first thoughts?
My first thoughts were
Shake Zilla, the mind killer. Right, locked with the claims are evidence, Mike. Yeah,
I'm able to
clearly.
see something that I thought defies gravity in such a way, then what else could be possible? That was my first thought.
So
have you ever seen Wicked?
Do you think what you were looking at was a weapons program that you were unaware of, or did you think what you were looking at was obviously some extraterrestrial?
I didn't. Neither one of those crossed my mind. It was just.
How about now? What do you think it is now?
I'm not the expert. I think.
No shit, you're not the expert. You're not an expert. You were tripping one day, and then you saw something, and then something defying gravity with no video evidence, with nothing but words to back up your claim, and here you are wasting my money.
I want to be.
How long before Moscow would start saying?
Anyone in the U.S. government tell you what
I don't
you
know.
were
Let's
looking
find
at
out.
to try to dissuade you from what you thought it was?
There it is.
So no one was like, oh, there was some anomaly with the technology. No one from the government did that?
No one.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you think you were treated when you reported this information or have talked about, the Tic Tac video is well out there.
What's up, Cali Badger, dude?
How were you treated?
I've had no
What's up, Shifty?
pushback at all.
Chief fucking Wiggins.
Haven't had anyone reach out to me or try to, dissuade me in either direction.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not making any claims.
So I was treated fair, and I appreciate the Navy itself with assisting me with coming here to being able to testify.
That's good. So what do you think the American people should take away from watching your video, right? Because when we watch it, obviously, right, we've never seen anything like that. It defies what we know to be technologically possible. What are we supposed to think? Someone's lying about something. Someone's hiding something, right? That's not normal what you looked at.
Yeah, I wonder who's the one lying here.
I think what the American people should
Level
think
Earth
when
Observer
seeing
makes
that
no
video,
claims, except all his
along
claims.
with others before me, is that there is something out there, and we should know as the people what it is.
Right, and so let's eliminate possibilities.
Fuck,
So they didn't
we
come
said
to you and say
unwanted
there was a
news to
technological
aliens on
error
Voyager
with
1.
what you were looking
And
at.
we
So
expect
we put that aside, right? They didn't say it was broken. So we look at that and we see something. So it's either a weapons
Fucking
program
Lou.
being
It's
reverse
like a
engineered
comedic
by
writer's room
our
has come
governments
up
or
with
other
these
governments,
names.
or
I know, right?
it's nobody's government, and it's not from here. Those are it. You agree with that assessment?
I agree. One or the other.
Mr. Borland, when you first experienced what you were looking at, and what did you do next? Like, what was your next step after it had passed and you were done?
I actually kind of laughed to myself and said, okay, so this exists as well. Worked in enough programs, been exposed to enough that I was like, okay, so this is a real thing. I went back, walked the track, talked with a couple of my friends about it.
Sorry, Borland was on.
With some of my coworkers, one in particular.
Oh, wait, Kathy, before
which
you
I thought
leave.
was a joke, and it definitely wasn't. Was like, you probably
There you
should
go.
never say this to
Enjoy
anybody.
your wrench.
And then what happened to me happened.
Have a good night, Kathy.
What about you, Mr. How do you pronounce your last name?
Nusatelli.
Nusatelli. And sorry, I know I'm running out of time, Madam Chairwoman. So obviously your incident happened well before.
I think Moscow was trying to disarm him. Now he's trying to drill down and get rid of the bullshit. Right? Yeah, fair enough.
What did you do when you first experienced? Because what you saw, right? You saw it happen like right out of your base.
Correct.
So tell me what you did after you saw that. What was like your next move? And I want to hear what your experience was.
My next move, I went into my house after it left. I made sure no one had been abducted, and I picked up the landline. I called the Security Forces Command Center. I reported it.
Stop.
I requested that they give me a call back and make notifications up the chain of command. I got a call back in about 15 minutes. They reported that the weather station reported no balloons or aircraft, nothing on radar, no aircraft inbound or outbound. So I got that notification. And then within the following day or two, me and the other witnesses wrote statements. We prepared a report, and then we filed all that information.
Madam Chairman, thank you for your indulgence in my questioning, and thank you for continuing to lead
That wasn't as
on
funny.
the subject. What do you and your friends think about it today? You all have talked about it. I mean, so what do you think about your experience as a collective group? That'll be my last question, Madam Chairwoman.
I mean, we've been talking about this for 20 years. We don't know what we saw. What we saw changed our lives and the way we think about everything. It was incredibly profound. The object I saw, I don't even know if it was an object. It was a light. It was an orb.
Oh, it's just a light in the sky, guys.
Like a craft, but it did look solid. And that's what we talk about. We noticed the object, and this was a pattern across all the encounters.
For fuck's sake, I'm gonna put this on like 2x speed.
And then they come down and they investigate you. So it's almost like they're curious. So that's the thing we primarily talk about. Why did it come after we noticed it? Maybe it noticed us after we noticed it.
I now recognize Representative Mace for 5 minutes. Thank you, Madam Chair, and I want to thank all of our witnesses for being here today. Mr. Borland, I'd like to start with you and ask a few questions. Were there any other witnesses when you saw the equilateral triangle? Were there other witnesses that saw the same thing?
Not to my knowledge, ma'am. At that point, the only people that would be awake is those of us that were doing operations for the GWAT and then security forces, so not to my knowledge.
And do you think that, in your opinion, that the equilateral triangle was the U.S. government's?
So he's the only one that saw this. He's the only one that saw this, and yeah, here. Come on, dude. This is insane.
Technology?
How was this given the light of day?
I did once upon a time, but knowing what I know now, I'll have to answer that question in skiff probably.
I was going to one ask questions. You teased us, so knowing what you know
And do you ever see anything other than alien craft, floating elephants, floating rainbow unicorns? It was a bush. Ah, fuck.
That means what?
It was a bush, wasn't it?
I know enough to know that if you want to answer that question, go to Arrow. They have the answer.
Do you think it was a foreign government?
I do not, no.
And Arrow was supposed to be disclosing. The last time I
I
was
agree with that
they said they were
verse.
doing disclosures. Have they been doing much of that?
I don't have an answer to you for you. I don't know. I know what Arrow reports publicly, and I know what I've been through.
Yeah. And some of the stuff can be, I think, debunked, right? Sometimes there are weather balloons that look kind of a little funky, or drones or whatever, depending on the angle, direction, speed, etc. Are you scared for your safety?
That's a complicated question. So being here today, if I say the wrong word, technically I can be charged with espionage. Espionage is a death penalty. Whistleblowers have faced it. John Kiriakou, for example. I am not scared for my physical safety in the sense of an agency or company coming to kill me, but I have no job. My career has been tarnished. I'm unemployed, living off of unemployment for the next 3-4 weeks until that's gone. So it's a complicated question.
Have there been stories leaked about your life trying to discredit you in the public eye?
As of now, I don't know.
We know they did that to Mr. Grush.
Right now there is. So he has no job. What does he have to lose at this point? Look at that. Look at this lady in the back. This is in Grand Theft Auto that mountain, not the mountain, but like the hill that says like hello aliens or whatever, like welcome to Earth or whatever. Like she lives there. That's her. Is that an old retired Alf in the background? And we got Woody Allen back here too.
I'm aware. Yes, ma'am.
They leaked his private medical information, horrific things.
It is.
Okay, you said in your testimony earlier with the chairwoman, you know other things. I guess it has to be mentioned in a skiff.
Sedona, Arizona.
It would, pending I'm even legally allowed to speak on, and the people in the room are even legally allowed to hear it.
And is that, would we need to know like the the compartmentalized word, like what the code word is, or the name of the program, the special access program, in order to even hear it? You have to know the word, right?
I would
the name of it, right?
I would suggest that to be asked to DNI Gabbard and work with her for that, because I can't give you the answer on what is required.
This is what the U.S. government does, right? They compartmentalize the information.
Wait,
Certain people know
Gabbard?
the name of the program, and if you don't know it, you can't get the information. If you don't have the name, you don't know what to ask for. Even when we're reviewing the budget, we go into a SCIF, we look at DoD budget and the budget of like black box programs, and we don't know what we're looking at because we don't know what these programs are. Is it a way for the government to hide from Congress what's really going on, where the money's going?
In my opinion, absolutely yes.
You mentioned too in your testimony earlier that quote, you went to speak with the government and they said somebody's name, a colleague's name, and you said they shouldn't have mentioned that staff person's name. What does that mean?
A Senate staffer who was the one who helped me get to Aero recommended me I go there, gave me the email and the phone number because I could not find that information at all at the time. In fact, I believe you guys have talked about how Aero didn't even have a website for quite a period of time.
We were told they were going to do disclosures, both what they've debunked, some of it can be debunked, and then what they haven't been able to debunk. And to my knowledge, it hasn't been a thing. I only have 1 minute left, so Mr. Knapp, we're definitely going to watch every documentary. You guys have done you and Jeremy have done a terrific job. I usually have more questions than I have answers. I think we all do, and you guys are doing a terrific job to bring information to the public. Do you think that any of this is a psyop by the U.S. government?
Entirely possible. I mean, our government and other governments have admitted that they've tried to use UFOs to cover secret projects, but I think they also do some reverse engineering of those claims. So years after people start seeing UFOs over Area 51, for example, they come up with a story, oh yeah, that was, we planted that story. So I read in a major newspaper just a couple of weeks ago, they planted the story, an Air Force colonel went out into the...
Yeah, I wouldn't own a specific code word program. For fuck's sake, this is frustrating as fuck. Dan, I knew you would... Dude, you got to cover this shit. Jack Footer for $10 says there better not be real aliens. If there are, and I get caught, they're definitely going to read my thoughts, find out I laughed at the idea, and probe my ass until the end of time. Same, Jack Footer. We're both in the same. Oh my god. I don't mean to alarm anybody, but this picture is just leaked. It's Mr. Moskowitz. Guys, I'm nervous. He has multiple forms. He has a silly hat. Oh fuck, wrong one.
Desert, went to a bar at Rachel and gave them some fake UFO photos, and that's how the whole story about Area 51 started, which is preposterous.
Yeah, and I didn't even get to the crash retrieval program stuff yet, Ms. Chairwoman. There's just so much.
You'll run away.
Thank you so much for your time today. I wish we had more time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I now recognize Ms. Crockett for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, and thank you so much to each of the witnesses that have come before us today. The federal government has had a long-standing overclassification issue in general. We all know that, from the assassinations of MLK and Malcolm X to the COINTELPRO and torture programs to now UAPs. The federal government has kept the American public in the dark about issues of immense public interest. The federal government has routinely made excuses for failing to provide transparency to the public, the most common of which is national security concerns.
Probably
Mr.
evil
Spielberger,
producer.
can you provide an example of when national security was inappropriately used as a pretext for
I mean, he has to. All these people do.
Probably one of the most infamous examples of that is the 9/11 Commission that found that overclassification was a key factor in the failure to adequately prevent the attacks of that day.
In addition to that, what lessons from these oversight failures should guide Congress in approaching UAP oversight?
Generally speaking, we would advise this Congress to ensure that agencies adopt general policy in favor of disclosure instead of a knee-jerk needing to overclassify information and documents. We should ensure that when information is classified or deemed sensitive, it's only for legitimate national security and privacy concerns. And we would recommend adding additional factors to the considerations of cost, value, and certainly to the extent that it's critical for the public interest and the public's right to know, especially when we are talking about these very serious national security concerns and implications.
Okay, everything he said was right up until the last part there. Like, what is there to declassify when you're just talking bullshit? Like this dude, like you have a person on your panel who claims he saw an equilateral triangle in the sky. There was nobody else around to see it. He was the only one, yet he made it to this panel. How?
Can you speak to how whistleblowers have historically helped?
Yeah, Steel City, you should change your name to Whistle.
And how that might apply here.
Tell me everything.
Absolutely. So again, Congress has always relied on whistleblowers.
More like nothing, Burger.
Different issues across different agencies, anything from national security to airline safety, railway safety, environmental concerns, workplace health and safety, a lot of issues coming out of the COVID pandemic, for example. Whistleblowers have come forward with important disclosures on just about any critical issue affecting our government and affecting the American people, all of which have grave implications for the rights and protections that we have and how we live our lives in communities across the country.
How important is it for whistleblowers to have strong protections when it comes to UAP-related disclosures or disclosures of other topics of excessive government secrecy?
It's absolutely vital. This has been one of the disappointing failures of doing this work, of advocating for stronger whistleblower protections. We recognize the invaluable public service that brave whistleblowers play in coming forward, again, taking all of these risks that we've heard about just to speak the truth, to get important information out in the public consciousness, but they can only do so when we have safe and secure channels for reporting.
It'll sound more like
the independence of watchdogs like inspectors general, like the Office of Special Counsel, like the Merit Systems Protection Board that play critical roles in investigating whistleblower disclosures and enforcing the protections of whistleblowers. All of that is essential to allow whistleblowers to keep coming forward and playing these incredibly important public roles.
Thank you so much. Let me just say this. People look at Congress, especially now, and they see a lack of unity. They don't see the ability for us to come together really on much of anything. I will say that I do applaud the chairwoman and the work of this committee because, for once, I feel like we are focusing on governing, which should be about transparency. The reality is that we cause more harm than good when we allow a lack of transparency to fester. It allows for all types of conspiracy theories instead of us actually making the investments that we need to make to get the information and actually provide it to the American people.
These are literally conspiracy theories. Like what are we talking? Like this? Like these people are delusional, guys. These people run our country. Is that Vlad and Roger Ledwell in the back left? Oh, right here.
The reason that I wanted to focus on making sure that we answer some questions specifically around the protections of those that are willing to come forward is because the only way that we can make this government actually work for all of us is if no matter where you are in this federal government, you feel as if you are safe when you come forward with information of any issue. And so I do want to thank you for all of your stories. The reality is that we only get 5 minutes and the vast majority of everything that you have to say cannot be contextualized within 5 minutes. But I know that my colleagues are going to get to kind of pulling some more of
this
that
is
out.
what they do,
But
Tim
again,
Hunter.
I really just want to thank you for your courage in this moment and thank you for your service to our country.
I now recognize Mr. Burchett from Tennessee for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chair Lady, and thank you, Ranking Member Crockett.
All right.
I see a lot of friends out there, and I see a couple enemies, so I'll remember that. But it's a pleasure being here. I want to remind people, too, this thing is an ongoing deal. We're not going to get this overnight. We've been fighting this battle.
All right. I want to hear the lead up to this video. This is
and the many others that have come forward. We hear you, and it's time that we, enough is enough. It's time that we take action. Look, I'm not jumped to the conclusion that
Icy Spin, you know what to do.
believe that there are aliens coming from another planet. But I'm open to that, and I think that it's my.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you just want to go home. You want your family to come back for you because they kicked you out of the UFO as they flew by.
Rob Dignags.
Responsibility, especially when we're seeing that we have a government that is actively blocking information from us. Just last night, I tried to get an amendment onto the National Defense Authorization Act that fit in the germaneness of that bill to have UAP disclosure. And
yeah, no shit.
It was named
Canadian space advocate.
deemed by staff, not even an elected official. This is the kind of stuff that we repeatedly see. Last year, we were blocked by someone in House administration from being able to receive a full briefing from Arrow. So not an elected official, but someone in staff blocked us. And I've had it. Enough is enough. I want to cue up a video that I've been given. And as before it starts, I'm going to describe, this was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. That you cannot see that drone. And so and I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
All right, so one drone is following this object, and then another drone shoots a Hellfire missile at this object, and it just bounces off.
This is when it's zoomed out. So you can still see it traveling. So, Mr. Knapp, have you heard about events like this occurring? And what information might you have?
I have heard about events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video, though. There are servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild, and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's
oh no
shit!
Missile. Wait, Generally Shady says Shellfire. You mean Hellfire missiles are not guided, so it was a stationary target. Huh. That's confirmed. The Earth is flat. Supersonic bush. God damn it. All right, there's two bushes. Cheers.
Smacking into that UFO.
Oh, you're right. Wait a second.
Before it starts, I'm going to describe, this was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this, you cannot see.
Has been shrouded in secrecy, stigma, and in some case, outright dismissal. Today, I want to state clearly that this is not science fiction or creating speculation. This is about national security, government accountability, and the American people's right to the truth. I've spoken now to a number of whistleblowers from the military, to include the infamous Eglin Air Force Base incident that occurred when my...
I don't know about the whole reflection thing. It does look like a balloon, though.
This is when it zoomed out. You can still see it traveling.
Yeah, I don't think...
So, Mr. Knapp,
I don't know about the reflection thing. I mean, it's
events like this occurring.
It gets hit and tumbles. You can see the spin after that.
Events like this.
After
I
the
have
hit,
heard about
that
this event.
fell into the ocean.
In one of our episodes a while back, we did not have the video though.
It gets hit and tumbles. You can see the spin after the hit. Yeah, that fell into the ocean. Yeah, it's always black and white and grainy. What does CC think of that?
Bullshit. We're the smartest people in the world knowing this information.
The target was stationary. The drone speed made it look like it was traveling. The falling parts are not moving, but falling. All right, all right. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild and it comes our way. It should be going to you. You know, the public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not...
UAP disclosure.
Oh, so stupid. You guys see the resemblance? Same person. Same person. Prove me wrong. You can't.
And conveniently, it was named non-germane, mostly deemed by staff, not even an elected official. This is the kind of stuff that we repeatedly see. Last year, we were blocked by someone in House administration from being able to receive a full briefing from Arrow. So not an elected official,
God, it is
someone in staff
Vlad.
blocked us. And I've had it. Enough is enough. I want to cue up a video that I've been given. And as before it starts, I'm going to describe, this was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking...
What's this guy doing up here?
Off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. That you cannot see that drone. And so and I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
Oh, I want to see what Miss Lee has to say. Hold on.
Such a vital role across so many different issues.
And unfortunately, whistleblowing can lead to serious repercussions and retaliation, especially in this vindictive and lawless administration. Mr. Spielberger, in the past, what kinds of retaliation have they faced, and what are we seeing today under the Trump administration?
So we've certainly heard about a number of different examples of retaliation. One that I'd like to highlight that Mr. Borland referenced previously is retaliation through abuse of the security clearance process. That can have grave implications not just for a whistleblower, but also their ability to seek legal counsel and defend themselves against retaliation. And when we look at the past several months of this administration, unfortunately, we've seen a really systematic approach toward dismantling the nonpartisan civil service. We've seen the mass firings. We've seen undermining of independent agency watchdogs, the mass firings of inspectors general, undermining the Office of Special Counsel, the Merit Systems Protection.
Yeah, Dan, you have to. You don't have a choice.
Board again. These entities that are meant to be independent and play a critical role in investigating whistleblower disclosures and ensuring that their rights are protected.
Yeah. Thank you. In 1989, Congress passed the Whistleblower Protection Act and then brought it again in 2012 to ensure that federal workers could feel free to come forward to their elected officials. And it's a good thing we did because whistleblowers have played a more important role than ever since Trump has taken office. It was thanks to a whistleblower that we learned that Doge allegedly put every single American's personal security information at risk by bypassing safeguards and copying all this data to an unsecure server. I asked unanimous consent to enter into the record a New York Times article titled, quote, Doge put critical social security data at risk, whistleblower says. Thanks. We've had whistleblowers at the National Labor Relations Board reveal that Doge minions may have shipped case files outside of the agency, possibly to help then
I like this one because it's more like not what's that guy's name from Futurama, that the professor or the doctor or something, the scientist. Good news, everyone.
To exploit his workers. And last week, whistleblowers at the National Institute of Health came forward to say that RFK Jr.'s vaccine and misinformation campaign had pervaded even the highest levels of the agency. Typically, whistleblowers have an inspector general they can rely on to investigate their claims and register issues with agency leadership. But President Trump has fired or demoted over 20 inspectors general. If I may ask one more question, Mr. Spielberger, can you explain how eroding the independence and capabilities of inspectors general further endanger these whistleblowers?
Absolutely. So again, whistleblowers already face incredibly great challenges in coming forward under normal circumstances, and when we erode these
Farnsworth, yeah, there's where we go.
Are expected and required to enforce whistleblower protections, fairly investigate their disclosures, it calls into question the integrity of their investigations and findings, whether they'll take whistleblowers seriously when they come forward, and whether we can trust that they will use their authority to enforce the protections of whistleblowers who do come forward, essentially whether they will continue in their role as an independent watchdog or basically become a lapdog for a current or future president.
Thank you. And I will take no more liberties. I yield back.
Thank you. I now recognize Mr. Crane for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Ms. Chairwoman, for holding this hearing. Thank you to the witnesses for appearing. In the effort of transparency here, I got to admit to the witnesses that, growing up, I really never believed in UFOs or any of this stuff. I always thought it was a little kooky and whatnot. But, after hearing, your testimony from honorable service members, watching videos like my colleague, Mr. Burleson, just presented, I got to admit, I've become a believer. Not that I know where these things come from or, what they really are up to, but I'd like to start with asking the witnesses. Mr. Nusatelli, you were in the Air Force, right?
Yes.
Did you believe in UFOs prior to your encounter?
I've always been interested.
Okay. Chief Wiggins, you're currently in the Navy, is that correct?
Correct.
Did you believe in UFOs before your encounter?
I did. I'm from Las Vegas, and I've watched George Knapp my whole life.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Borland?
I have always been open to where facts go. So,
were you guys scared or hesitant to come forward and tell your story because of fear and believing that you might be reprimanded or ostracized from society because of your stories?
Yes, absolutely. I probably would not have come forward if I didn't have documentation to prove some of my story, and I also wouldn't have come forward without the people that paved the way for us in the first congressional hearing. So,
Chief, what about
that's more than what that other guy can say. Borland? What'd you say? They want to believe? Is it just me? Yeah, no shit. They have to justify them being there. Like, guys, this is so stupid. What
Once
a waste
I got
of my
the
money.
Okay from the Navy from top down, that gave me a level of relief. Prior to that, I didn't have any thought left or right of that, but I think
someone stole his neck.
That gave me the relief that I would not have any level of reprisal or anything happen to me.
Mr. Borland, how about you?
Absolutely. I mean, after I went through everything, it was pretty clear that I caused a major issue in the executive branch, so I did what I was supposed to do, and that's why I haven't spoken publicly. That's why I'm happy to be here. This is how I wanted this to be done in regards to me.
Mr. Borland, why do you think that you faced reprimand and discipline for your effort to come forward and be transparent about what you saw?
About what I saw is the reason why I got into what I know and has been disclosed to Aero and the IG.
People think that aliens can't be real need to look at the Drake equation, but people that think they're here on Earth need to look at how far away stars are. Yeah, no shit, Eric. No shit.
And while it was labeled an extremely sensitive national security issue.
Yeah, there's two cockeyed. You can tell.
I've watched many of your videos.
Oh, behind Wiggins, gotcha.
One of the big questions, I think, for many of us is why do you believe that the federal government refuses to be transparent about this issue?
I think there's probably multiple reasons. At the start, when these things first started invading our skies in large numbers, we were scared. It was right after World War II, and we didn't know what they were, and they didn't want to panic the public, and that was probably a good call. Over time, I think the lying sort of became institutionalized. Flights over Washington, D.C. in 1952, they're seen, they're captured on radar, jets are chased after these objects, and then we get an explanation it was a temperature inversion. And those kind of lies have been told for a long time. What was told to me by an investigator from Congress, a guy named Richard D'Amato, who was sent after this story by Robert Byrd and Harry Reid. He came out to Nevada, tried to get into Area 51, did get in there, looked around, talked to people, trying to get to the bottom of it. He believed that this program, reverse engineering, et cetera, had been moved inside these corporations. And he said, when this comes out, people are going to go to prison. And he meant people who were basically misusing legitimate national security funds, tens of billions of dollars, in order to keep this cover-up going. I also believe there's a legitimate reason for the cover-up in that there is undeniable connection of national security involved in this technology. If we are racing for it to master that technology against the Russians and the Chinese, which is what I've been told by Senator Reid and many others, then it is a race that's critical to our survival. There could be a form of disclosure, I think. Yes, it's real. It's from somewhere else, without revealing all the details that allow someone else to have an advantage in the race for this technology.
Thank you. Finally, I'd like to enter into the testimony a letter I sent to the DoD regarding the case of Major David Charles Grush, a UAP whistleblower who's been extremely helpful to this committee. Unfortunately, due to his participation in the disclosure of UAP, he suffered reprisal like the removal of his clearance, denial of promotion, and loss of medical retirement. I wrote the DoD on July 24th, 2025 on behalf of Major Grush, and I'm still waiting for a reply. I appreciate any help the committee can offer to get a response. Thank you. I yield back.
Without objection, we'll be following up with the DoD after this hearing. Thank you, Representative Crane. I'd next like to recognize Representative.
We got the galaxy's best casinos,
Thank you, Chairwoman Luna, for holding this hearing, and I'd like to.
Oh my God, is
perfect. My first question is to Mr. Knapp. Mr. Knapp, how do we know that the files that you obtained from the former Soviet government are not BS and just given to you as a disinformation campaign against the U.S. government?
That's a good question. So I shared some of them with the Senate Intelligence Committee when I first got back because that was requested by the Russians who shared some of that information with me. Secondly, I gave all of that material to the DIA through BASS, the OSAP program. Sorry for the acronyms.
Can you name names real quick? Sorry.
At BASS or OSAP?
Who did you give them to directly?
I gave them to Robert Bigelow and to Jim Lukatsky. And they hired a whole team to go through them and retranslate them and analyze it, and they created a structure of how the UFO programs in the USSR and Russia were put together. They said they were real. The other person who said they were real is David Grush.
Noted. Thank you. Representative Gill.
And thank you. I'd like to yield the remainder of my time to Eric Burleson.
Thank you, Representative Gill. Mr. Wiggins, Chief Wiggins, in your view, what mechanisms such as
She can
internal
say
protocols,
just
witness
she can just say
debriefings, or
bullshit like
cross-agency
CC does.
documentation should be better established in order
Angels
to ensure
are evil,
that
they
such a credible
fell.
sighting
Oh,
like
wait.
the one that you have given are preserved and made available to oversight bodies like this?
Thank you, sir. As a active duty Navy member, our mission is to carry out the ship's mission or the command's mission, and we, on a general basis, don't have knowledge of what to do when we see things like this. We just don't. We're there to do our mission and do what's told of us, right? So I think what would be important is giving active duty members a clear.
Like this shit, this place clears the fuck
I've
out.
been able to recognize some of this movement real quick. So if you guys can please roll that real quick.
Oh, we already saw this. Okay, so this is supposed to be a stationary object. So this is stationary.
Okay, while this is still rolling, Mr. Nusatelli, real quick yes or no answers. Are you aware of anything in the government, United States government arsenal that can split a Hellfire missile like this?
No.
And do whatever blob thing it did and then keep going? Nothing?
Nothing.
All right, how about you, Chief Wiggins?
Nothing to my knowledge, ma'am.
Okay, and how about you, Mr. Borland?
I prefer to answer that in skiff.
Okay, so the drone is actually moving away from it, and the camera is just following it as it's moving away. Is that what I'm seeing here?
Okay, does this video scare you guys? Yes
It's
or no?
parallaxed via the drone.
Yes.
Nat?
I had a different reaction. I was really happy that it got out. Thanks for providing
Curiosity
that.
kills the cat. All right, Mr. Borland?
Yes, for.
Okay. All right, that is the end of my questioning. I'd like to now recognize Mr. Crane.
Thank you. Chief, I was on a ship for a little bit. I was a gunner's mate on the USS Gettysburg for a couple years. My question to you is, when you had your encounter and you saw it on the screen.
Is this
you were in
Stargate, the
CIC, is that
Fallout?
correct?
That's correct. On an LCS ship,
Seems
the CIC
like it's
is
just a
bridge
soap
from
opera.
IC-71, but yes, the same.
Did a bunch of the other folks in the CIC come and check out what you were looking at?
Yes.
Yeah,
we all
send me
did,
the link. Like, for fuck's sake, I'm totally over this.
Information might
missile.
Oh Jesus! I think I want this to be my new wallpaper at work. Yeah, I want to see Moist Critical's video on this. He's a funny guy. Bits fall off and stayed in the area because it's not moving. The bits fall. No, I saw that. No, I know. So right. So what we're seeing is
October 30th.
Oh, fuck. So what we're seeing is, so this object is stationary, right? That's what we're getting at. This object is stationary, but the drone is moving. Is that correct? Cats Go Mad on Cheese Whiz says America can only be saved with P1000 technology. That is true. Yes. Okay. So the reason why I'm having trouble understanding that is because, I mean, it's staying. I don't understand how the drone is moving, but this is stationary, but the camera's not moving. Or was it like zoomed in and now, and like as it moves, as the drone is moving towards it, is zooming out at the same rate? Yeah, honestly, it just looks like a fucking tin, one of those tin balloons. I don't know. It's weird. It's a freaking, the camera is zoomed and moving. All right. I don't know. I mean, it literally looks like a fucking balloon. Like, it literally looks like a balloon. Like, and I think the reason why it didn't explode is the missile didn't explode was because it hit a fucking balloon and not like a hard object. Like this shot, I guess. Man, I don't know. I don't get it. It's a stationary balloon. All right. The background, this is water. This is the ocean. So the bits fall straight. I know, but I just can't. I'm flurfing this up, guys. I can't see how. I can't see how it's not moving. I don't that. So I mean, I'm flurfing it, guys. Someone needs to draw me a diagram of how this object is not moving in this shot. Because like I don't I don't get it. I don't get how it's not moving. Because I mean the object stays with the drone, right? In the drone shot. But if the drone is moving, but this object is stationary, I just can't. I know, I get that the camera is moving, but I just don't. I need to. I know his perspective. I'm flurfing it, guys. Okay. I just don't see how it's stationary when the background is moving so fast and the drone, like, and then when you zoom out, I guess you could, yeah, you could definitely tell it. Man, this is tough, dude. Okay, so the balloon is higher. That's why it looks like it's moving a lot faster than the ground underneath it, underneath the drone. Man, that's tripping me out, man. They're both moving. The camera is locking onto the. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. Does the sun move across the sky, or is the earth spin? The earth spins. Yo, what's up, Sean? Seems strange to me the amount of flurfast. That's a weird video. I'm sorry. Mike, watch Penguin Z.
Put something on my radar that I somehow missed in regards to aliens. It's very rare that something slips through my fingertips when it comes to juicy alien details.
My eyes are so
Now,
fucked.
first thing in the morning, I wanted to look into it because I thought for sure I'd be coming in here, shooting it down. Oh, it's not an alien. It's actually my buddy Eric and his homemade hovercraft. Like, I thought for sure there'd be a logical explanation for what they were telling me, which is new footage has just.
I know. It's the beginning part that I don't get. Like the zoomed out part I can get, but like it looked like, because in order for this to work, right, the camera itself would have to be zooming out. So it would have I don't know. The drone and object are tied to the same place. That would mean that the object is moving with the drone. Yes? Hold on one second. We're having a bit of a thing happening. All right, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here because I don't think this is gonna end anytime soon. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. I gotta hop off, guys. Yeah, I gotta go. Okay. All right, guys. Love y'all. Bye. You guys are gonna go right to Tunes video. Okay, I gotta go. Bye, guys.